Have you seen any of this footage before?
No.
This is your first time?
Yes.
Yeah, it's powerful, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you see some of this footage, how does that make you feel?
That's awful.
Yeah. What do you think's the most awful about it for you?
I didn't know this before, to be honest.
I think most people don't know this.
Yeah.
It's hidden from us, right? I think if you were to go into the store and this were to be on top of the counter where you buy your meat or your eggs or your dairy, you probably wouldn't buy the products, right?
I think the eggs. I think I would still buy the eggs.
Yeah. Have you ever seen what happens in the egg industry? Are you familiar? Because right now you've seen what happens I think you walked in on the pork and they had some meat up there, some cows. If you're having the experience that you're having now, I mean, does this make you want to eat meat?
No, not at all.
So this is what happens in the egg industry. These are baby chickens.
Yeah.
And they're grinding them up alive. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No.
So what that's called right there is a macerator. Do you know or have any idea of why they do that?
No.
So basically, in the egg industry, when hens produce eggs, they're going to be a male or a female, right? When they produce a male, that male is not going to lay eggs in the future. So that male is a waste product for the industry. So on the day that they're born, if they're a waste product and they're not going to bring any money to that industry, they don't want them there. So they grind them up alive, and that's what you're seeing here. These baby chickens, this is the day they're born, sometimes hours after they're born, and they're put into these grinders. And this is standard practice in the egg industry. Some other industries for eggs will put them in bags and they'll gas them, or they'll put them in big buckets and drown them because they're a waste product. And do you think that any animal is a waste product on this planet?
No.
Right? I mean, it's really, when I first saw that, it blew my mind because I grew up loving animals. I said I loved animals. And I'm sure you would call yourself an animal lover too, right? Do you think we can eat animals and love them?
Yeah. No, we can't.
Right? Yeah, and this isn't to make you feel bad or anything because we live in a world where this isn't the norm and we're not shown this. So when we're able to have this connection, we're able to see what happens in these industries, we're able to make our own informed decisions. Are you against treating animals like this?
No. Yeah, I am.
So if you're against this, then you're already vegan in your heart. And you know what vegan is, right?
Yeah.
You just haven't aligned your actions with your core values and beliefs yet, not because you're a bad person, but because you've just been conditioned to do so. Like I was as well. I used to eat a lot of meat. I used to hunt. So I called myself an animal lover, and I've killed animals myself. Now you've seen this footage, and now you get to make an informed decision for yourself on, do I want to be someone contributing to this, or do I want to be someone not contributing to this? And I think that's really powerful because you now see what happens in the egg industry. Does that change your answer to if you would eat eggs or not?
I don't know.
Yeah, and it might take some time for you.
Yeah.
It's a lot to process, especially when you come up and see something as big as this. But I'm telling you right now, this is what happens in 98% of animal agriculture around the world. There's no way to get around it. If you consume anything that comes from the body of an animal or from the flesh of the animal, the secretions, the eggs from an animal, there is an immense amount of cruelty or suffering or pain that happens. Because there's no way to eat an animal or something that comes from them without exploiting them. Because do you think animals are here with us or for us?
With
us. So do you think what we're doing here is with us or for us? For us, right? And it's just that powerful connection to make that just the same way we probably view not using humans for our own benefit, because we see how that's played out in history. We're all human. To strengthen humanity, we should have equality and we should be here together. The same thing with animals. It's just a different species. We're all animals. They're just non-human animals and we're just human animals. So with that logic, we all occupy this same planet. So wouldn't you agree that we should all be treating each other with the same amount of respect that I would treat you, that you should treat them, that you probably treat a cat or a dog that you've probably had? Because have you had an animal like at home that's your pet? Like have you ever had a cat or a dog?
I had 2 dogs.
Okay. And would you ever want anything like this to happen to them?
No.
So that's the thing. We've raised some animals to love and to cuddle with and to sleep in our bed with, but then we've raised billions and billions and billions of other animals to put in these farms, to put on these machines, and to kill them for no reason. The only reason why we do it is because we like the way they taste. That's it. And it's convenient for us. Do you think we need to eat animals to survive, like to sustain life?
Well, I think it's hard to say.
Yeah. Well, I'll help you with it a little, because I went through a long process of researching the health side of veganism. You don't need to consume animal products to survive. Every single person standing in this cube doesn't eat animal products, doesn't use animals in any way. This is, we're all vegan. I've been vegan for 4 years. I'm healthier than I've ever been in my entire life. You need to be mindful about your nutrients, especially when you're starting. But if you think about it, when you're eating a cow, the cow's vegan. The cow only eats grass. So you're just filtering your nutrients. You're getting all of your nutrients from the cow that just ate plants. So in essence, you can be vegan and eat only plants and be completely healthy. And so I always ask this question for people. If you can live in a world and cause the least amount of harm to the environment, because we know how horrible animal agriculture is on the environment, the least amount of harm to your own health, and not contribute to this, why wouldn't we all do it?
Okay.
You know? And so
Yeah,
what I'll do
I
is
see.
I'll give you this. This is a really, really, really powerful card. What the Health is something that I highly recommend you watch. What it's going to do, it's going to talk about how animal products impact our own health. That was a powerful documentary. But then right here is for support. Vegan 22. What this is a 22-day vegan challenge. It's completely free. It's on Facebook, and it walks you through 22 days of how to be vegan, and it puts you in a group of people doing it together. And it's that support system, right? Sometimes we just need people doing it together, and it helps you, and it walks you through this process, and there's mentors in there. So if you have a question like, where can I get the most amount of protein from eating plants, someone's gonna post something in there. What restaurant can I go to in this city? Someone's gonna help you out. Because could you see yourself ever aligning your actions with your beliefs and being vegan in the future or now? I mean, one day, like, do you want to? Do you want to be someone that isn't contributing to the suffering of animals?
Yeah, I know, but I think it takes time.
Sure.
I will consider about
And
that.
that's it. I'm not a vegan police. I can't follow you home and be like, are you vegan? But what I can do is educate and inspire, because ultimately you're going to come to your own conclusion. But I'll tell you that the
Yeah.
only way to cause the least amount of unnecessary harm to animals is to be vegan.
Yeah.
I went vegan overnight. My best friend took 1.5 years. But as long as you know what you're contributing to, then you need to do what you need to do to get there. Because you have it in your heart, right? You're against
Yeah.
it. So that's why I use this as a resource for you. Look at some stuff, research, here's websites, here's books, whatever you like to do. And then that challenge is really, really important, because do you think 22 days is easy enough for something to try veganism?
I will try that.
See? That's it. That's amazing. Yeah, it's that good. And what's your name?
Jane.
Jane, I'm Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you so much for stopping by.